So let's look at an example of something that's good for contrast. So this is a slide that was presented, and it's got a great picture of horses at Cumberland Island National Seashore. So if you look at it, you've got a good background picture and it's really conveying a certain message to you. However, the text on there is really difficult to read. So it says, horses are cool and I really like them. Well, you can pick up some of that right then and there. As you move down, it says, the material on this side is awesome. Too bad you can't read it. So think about that though, is that if you've got a certain text that you want to pop onto a picture, or you want a picture to really augment what you're saying, you need to think about the contrast and how it's presented. Go through the material in your slide and make sure that just because you think it's awesome, make sure it's readable and can communicate with your audience no matter what. Let's look at another example. Here we have a lot of text on there, which may be valid text, but as you can see, part of it is on the upper part of the slide where you just really can't see it that well. I'm sure if you tried really hard and the lights were in a certain situation in the room, you'd be all right. But in general, this is kind of a tough slide to read. Here's another issue. Text that's too small. So I thought it was pretty funny. Anyone have a telescope handy or anything like that? Because there's a lot of information on here. The text is way too small. The audience is never going to read this. Now this one's like the worst. It irritates me when I see this, is people that use pictures that are just terrible pictures. You know, you think you're going to do something cool and you're going to have a picture of a bear with a fish in its mouth, but then you see it on a big screen or even on your computer screen and it looks pixelated and blurry. Don't do it. No picture is better than a terrible picture. Here we have some stuff that we have a table and it looks like it's pretty much, got something going on for it. It's not too bad to read. I mean, it just seems like there's a lot of information on here for someone to digest. This needs to be a handout if it really needs to be in the audience's hands. Nobody's really going to read that. And if you try to move along with the table and go through some of those numbers on the overhead projector, it's going to be difficult to follow along with. So if I was going to say, what are, aware of invasive cost to the national park system, just moving along, you're like, is that 16.8% said yes or 29.3? I'm not really sure. So overall, you just got to make sure that what you're doing makes sense and you're not presenting too much information on a single slide.